So when a bird is at rest, it has potential. The only way for that bird to move, kinetic has to be in place. Kinetic energy that is, we have to act upon the potential. Now, some of y'all understand with Newton's law. An object that remains at rest will stay at rest until compelled to change its position with an external force. So in order for the bird to take flight, it has to use kinetic. Now, once the bird takes off, and it begins to soar, something I found out that was interesting is the bird creates or develops new potential. So my hope in this moment is for you to not only create new potential, because before you can try to find something new in your life and new potential or obtain new potential, you have to utilize and act on the potential that's already there. Far too often we're looking for more, we're asking God for more, but we haven't used what's in our hand. We haven't used the potential. And when you ask God to blow on what you have, He will send kinetic energy to help you to move and soar. Once you get to the place that God wants you, guess what? New potential is created. Now, the framework I like to use in my coaching is called Move and Soar Framework, or AKA MV-SOAR. Now, for the M, the acronym Move, Soar, or MV-SOAR, M stands for mindset. In order for us to really move in this season of our life and move from the place that we currently are, and where we at, it's important that we shift our mindset. Second, we have value. You have to know that you are valuable. You have to know that your life do have value. Far too often we allow the tricks of the enemy or the lies that we heard growing up. Maybe your mama tell you you won't be anything, your aunt, uncle, or your daddy, your father, right? So you have to know that your life do have value. It has value. You are valuable. Then we move from value to strength. Understand that there's a strength on the inside of you. Some of you haven't tapped into yet, but when you begin to recognize, acknowledge the strength that is in you, guess what? You start walking in the power. There's a confidence that comes to you when you realize there's a strength on your life, right? We're still talking about move and soar, that we can get to the next place, right? So you have strength. The next is the O, which is obstacles. It's important that we become aware of the obstacles that's in our life that is preventing us from really moving in purpose, right? This whole move, soar, and the potential and the kinetic is all about finding purpose, finding and understanding your life purpose. In order for you to act upon the purpose, the fire burden that's on the inside of you, you have to know who you are. You got to shift your mindset, know that you have value, understand, recognize your strength, but also identify the obstacles that's in your life. What is preventing me from really moving past this place and into purpose, right? What is really preventing me from moving past this place? And what obstacles are stopping me from moving forward? Unfortunately, some of us have ran into a brick wall, and it's not necessarily outside forces. We have become the brick wall. We are stopping us, right? You're stopping yourself. So identify the obstacles. Next, we have the A. Once again, we're soaring. Next, we have the A. Something that I researched in psychology is something called effective action. Effective action. What is that? It's the emotions behind your actions. It's all about the emotions. And sometimes we don't know how to get our emotions in check. We're easily knocked off our track. We're easily pulled down because we don't know how to protect our emotions. We kick people out of life because they made us mad without gaining an understanding of why. Something I like to use in my marriage, right? A mirror check. It's a self-reflection tool where instead of trying to figure out like, why is my wife doing this? I ask myself this, what can I do, or what am I doing, or what is this situation saying about me? It's a self-awareness. Last, we go into the R, which is what? Responsibility. Unfortunately, we don't want to be responsible for our own purpose. We don't want to be responsible for the fire that we're carrying. We don't want to be responsible. Instead, we'll blame others around us why we can't make it. We'll blame others around us why we can't move in purpose. We'll blame others around. You'll blame your brokenness. You blame your mama them, your daddy them, your sister, your uncle, your friends. We blame everybody but ourselves. because you failed to take responsibility. Understand, when you take this framework into consideration and you apply it to your life, guess what? You start to see that, oh, wait a minute, I'm starting to move now. There's momentum, right? You're moving from potential, and because you understand this framework, kinetic, that's acted upon your potential for you to move to the next place. And then you'll recognize, like, wait a minute, there's new developed potential that's being made manifested. That's what it's all about. Understand that purpose in your life is not a destination, but it's a journey. Far too often, we're trying to just get to a place. No, you got to enjoy the moments that you're in. You got to be willing and be okay with enjoying the breath that you're breathing. In every moment, every opportunity, guess what? Purpose is being fulfilled. Every moment, every opportunity, guess what? You're soaring in purpose. You're moving in purpose. Don't allow the naysayers around you. Don't allow your haters. I know we talk about it a lot. Don't allow people around you to tell you who they think you are, right? You are purpose. There's greatness on the inside of you. Don't allow the lies of the enemy to tell you you're less than who God has made and designed you to be. Let's move in purpose. Let's identify the potential. Use the kinetic to help you to move to the next place. Now you can create new potential as the eagles, right? You get to soar high, move, soar.